Hello YouTube. Howdy howdy, how's everybody doing? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Just checking my levels here, making sure everything's good to go. Seems good so far. Gonna be modeling more enemies tonight, or actually picking up where I left off on the same enemy, the Baldevo. The one that the, Bumblebee poops out. The mini boss. And yeah, gonna be working on that. We finished up the what do you call it, the Geno illustration on stream last time. I'll actually I'll go ahead and show the finished version of that real quick, because I did a little bit of work on it after I stopped streaming, but I think it's mostly the same as it was. Pull that up real quick. Here we are. Oh, there we are. So here's our Geno. Oh, it's not the full thing. Here's the full thing. You can see like the full in view at least. So yeah, it came out pretty good. Pretty happy with it. It's pretty solid. And now we will get to work on the Baldevo and finish him up so we can move on to the next one. I'm debating whether or not I'll do some UV unwrapping, because his will be pretty simple tonight, because I'm definitely going to finish him. I've just got to do his feet now, I think. And then UV unwrapping would be the next step, and then what's after that? What do you call it? Rigging. So I think I might hold off on the rigging and do them all at once from now on. And I'll just do a bunch of modeling for now. But I downloaded I hadn't done any rigging in a while, so I downloaded a program to help me rig a little bit faster called Auto Rig Pro. And if you use Blender, you may be familiar with that particular add-on. It's very handy, it works very well. As a matter of fact, speaking of handy, the coolest thing about it for me is, one thing that I absolutely cannot stand weight painting is the hands. It's so frustrating to me. It's endlessly annoying to do that, and it actually pretty much does that automatically for you, and it's pretty reliable. I did it for I made a model of Conti from Fooly Cooly, if you know that anime. He's like this robot dude, and he's got big chunky hands, and so I tested the Auto Rig Pro auto hand rigging kind of feature on that, and I was pleasantly surprised. It works extremely well, because I really hate weight painting hands. If you've ever done weight painting before, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's super annoying at times, especially stuff like hands with all the little fingers and joints, and it's an absolute nightmare. Even just clicking between the different vertex groups is annoying, so I was super happy to find that. So I can't recommend that enough. It's right here actually. You can see it. ARP, Auto Rig Pro. This is kind of the interface here, and when you go to Smart, is it? No, it's when you go to Skin, and you can choose selected bones only and selected vertices only, and you can use that to just select the hands and weight paint them to the skeleton automatically, and it works very well. It's pretty reliable. You can also kind of do it for like a full model too, but if you're doing something that doesn't really deform much, like a robot, it might not be that useful to you. You might just go and do a lot of the weight painting on your own, but for hands and things that are organic, it works extremely well. I highly recommend it. It makes it very painless. It's great. Worth the money. I think it was $40, or no, I think it was $60. I forget how much it was. It was somewhere between $40 and $60, I think. But yeah, on Blender Market, it's great. Anyway, gonna get going here. Let's check the chat. SparkTFS says good morning / evening. Hello SparkTFS, good to see you. The illustration ended up being pretty cute. Yeah, I thought it was very nice looking. I thought it definitely had the vibe that I was going for, which is just kind of like a light, happy, kind of, kid in the forest playing a video game kind of vibe. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Darth Hylian says hello children. Hello Darth Hylian. How did you know I was a child? That's illegal. Stop following me. It's not allowed. Anyway, I'm gonna get started here. I'm in Eevee, so you can see some of the textures. This is not UV'd yet, so it's just generated like that. Moving straight on to the feet. I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm going to try to get a lot done if I can. Let's see here. So I've got this as a guide, and I've also got my reference here. I'm going to go by this mostly, because if you look at these sprites, they don't tell you much, and I think that's kind of how I got this ball shape for the block-in, because I don't really see it here. Oh, it is here, but it's smaller. It's off to the side. So actually, I kind of like that part because it's a good articulation. It kind of shows how the foot actually works more than just having the little ball on the side. So I think I'm gonna have like a cylinder like that, kind of like what it looks like here. That it looks like the ankle rotates on. Maybe. I think that's probably a good way to go. So yeah, I might follow that actually in that way. But for the basic shape, I'm going to look to this because I think it looks good. Oops, let me move that over here. Okay, cool. I think I got everything set up and going. Darth Hylian says, have you used any cell shading techniques in Blender? They're pretty cool and easy. Yeah, I have. I used some for, I'll show you real quick. I can do a little procrastination since you asked a question. I did these concept art pieces for Breath of the Wild for a Discord challenge when I used to do more of those. And I did them in the style of I wanted to make it, my concept art philosophy at the time was to make it look as much like the game as possible. So that's what I did, and I used Blender to create these cel shaded Breath of the Wild pieces. This was like my idea. There were no pyramids in the original Breath of the Wild game, and this was before the second game came out. So I did these series of images that showed like Link finding this pyramid, which I called the Great Pyramid of Nibiru. And when he ascended the summit, it would transport him. There would be this teleportation thing, and it would be this light that went to the Blood Moon, and it teleported him inside the Blood Moon. I thought that would be cool if you could like explore the caverns in the Blood Moon, which is kind of funny because it turned out that they kind of did something like that in Tears of the Kingdom. But it wasn't the Blood Moon, obviously, but there were dark caverns underground. So I was like almost right on the money with that. It's kind of cool. I kind of matched their idea a little bit. I was proud of that when the game came out. I was like, oh, it's kind of like my idea. But I was not expecting that. But yeah, so I used Blender to make these, and I did a little painting over them as well. But yeah, so that was some cel-shaded stuff I did in Blender. I've done a couple other things for like some client pieces and things before too. But yeah, that's the most of it. These are the ones I'm the most proud of anyway. Thanks, Darth Eileen. Anyway, gonna get going on this. Now I'm trying to think. Round cube, or probably could just do a regular sphere. And that would probably work for these. I think in the reference they do have a little bit of a squareness to them. Oh no, not really. You could see that as being like round, it's just slanted forward. Okay, so I'll kind of try to do that then. Yeah, and you know what, I think probably round cube will still be good, because sometimes when you use a regular sphere you'll get a weird thing at the point of the foot. Or that's happened to me before when doing these kind of Megaman style feet, these big chunky feet. So let me see here, round cube. And let's make that a quad sphere. And we'll just take that and chop that in half. And probably chop it in half again since it has that edge to it. Do that right there. Oops, not there. Hit those faces. Get out of there. Yeah, so that's starting to look like what it's supposed to be. Let's extend that out a little bit. And it does come to quite a fine kind of a point. And it's sort of, got some length to it. So let's see here. We've got this edge we can grab. Do that. Individual origins and use the, what is this called? I always forget. Proportional editing tool. It's very handy. And we'll just pull that toe out a bit to give it a nice point. We'll have to do 2 steps here. One more to give it that real sharpness. Maybe 2 more. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then it has this, I should probably seal it up first. So let me do, close that. Oh, I'm looking see-through. Okay, and then close that. And then I'm gonna, oh, Darth Hylian says, what's that little window you're using with your reference in it? This one? With all the pictures? This is a program called PureRef. It's P-U-R-E-R-E-F. And it's just kind of what it looks like. It's like a image board program. And it's really handy because you can just open it up and you can like take all your images and you can arrange them, and it'll kind of normalize the size, and you can put them all in a big chunk like that, or you can just move them around, copy them, paste them, you know, whatever you want to do. It's super handy. Crop things, you can write little notes, you can make titles and sections. It's really useful. I use it all the time for reference, and it's free, totally free. It's super cool. PureRef, highly recommend. It's good stuff. Okay, now I'm gonna take this edge here. Darth Hylian says, awesome, I'll try it, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Feel free to ask questions like that anytime. Yeah, PureRef is super cool. I used to just make reference sheets in Photoshop, and it used to take a stupid amount of time, honestly. And PureRef does all that stuff super easily. And once you put your, oh, the other cool thing I should mention about the PureRef thing, for people who don't know it, is all these images are getting put into this program in their actual maximum resolution. So unlike if I just went in Photoshop and started scaling everything to match and I started losing, you know, detail and stuff, I can zoom in on these and get the maximum pixel reference for, or pixel resolution for any of these images. Even like this one, this concept art I did, I can zoom right in and see all the detail, nothing's lost. So yeah, it's super handy. I really like it. Just for that reason alone, let alone it being way faster, I think it's significantly better than just making a sheet in Photoshop, that's for sure. Because there's no real way to do that unless you just have a giant file in Photoshop and you just scale everything up, kind of. Even then it doesn't really work yet. Where's my topology mirror? I need to do that before I start doing this. I find that sometimes this doesn't work. Other times it does. Let's see if it's working right now. No, maybe I'd need to apply. No, see, sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't know why that is. Yeah, strange. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know what that's about. It's very odd. Got it up here too. Symmetry, symmetry. Yeah, I don't know, super annoying. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Yeah, unfortunately Blender's not perfect. I was running into some of the old legacy Blender issues when I was doing weight painting. the other day on that Conti model, and some of its Blender's weight painting features are really dated. It's one of the areas where, I don't know, for whatever reason, Blender's just not interested in updating just yet. Maybe not that many people use it for weight painting. Maybe we're the weirdos who are doing that. I'm not sure. But yeah, I noticed it's got problems like you can't paint through faces, and you can't like a lot of the selection doesn't make sense. The auto normalize button doesn't work anyway like it's supposed to, at least not for me. So yeah, it's got some problems if you're trying to weight paint in Blender. It can be a little annoying. You can definitely work with it. It's not like undoable, but you know, just little minor irritations. Oh, is it mirroring now? Maybe it is. Yeah, now it is. Huh. Wonder what I did. Weird. There you go. It works and then it doesn't work and then it works. Cool. Okay, so this is looking pretty good for the basic shape. Let's just, oh yeah, so one thing I was going to do is it has these toe edges that kind of extrude. Let's see here. Or toe edges. It's just like it's more like a sole of a shoe or something. Here, let me add these textures so I can start doing that. What? I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Okay, there we go. I will add in that shiny material. That's the wrong one. It's the blocking one, I think. What is this one? Material 21. Oh, it is the right one. It's just it's the way it's generating or something. Okay, and then for this, I'm going to assign the dark material so that when I extrude it, in theory, it'll already have its material set up. And does it extrude on the back side too? Yeah, it looks like it does. I didn't get it there, but that's okay. Assign that. Create a guide loop there, or I forget what that's called, a barrier. Yeah, that vertex is a little low. A little lower than the others. Oops. I don't like how it's coming up more like that. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. I can just right, there we go. Oh, but that doesn't, it's not even to the shoe though. That's the problem. Okay, so let me fix that too. So what I'm doing here is I'm just hitting S, Z, and then 0, and that'll just flatten out these so that they're not curved like that, picking up on that weird shape that I don't want. And then maybe I have to do that for this one too, because I don't think that part of the quad sphere was perfectly flat. Maybe that's why. Cool, cool. Okay, off to a good start. Now let's... One thing I notice is that it sort of has a sharp point, like this is extended a little bit out actually. Which is kind of cool. And then it has some cuts in it. I'll deal with that stuff later. I'm gonna put the cylinder in. Oh, and one other thing is that this has an angle to it, which is kind of interesting. So I'm going to create that real quick, just by rotating that edge, scaling it up a little bit. Oh, just on the Z though. Okay. I wonder if there's an easy way to just make this edge loop align to this one. I don't know if there is. There probably is. I find that usually when I have a desire for something like that, it already exists. I don't really know how I would even search for something like that though. It's such a weird question to kind of pose. I'll just deal with it for now. If anybody knows, let me know if something like that exists. Could be handy. A little better. And that is mirroring, right? Yeah, looks good. Okay, so far so good. Now for the cylinder, I'm just going to add another piece. And so let's see here. I think I might do. Oh, Darth Alien says, sorry, what was it you were asking about? It's okay, no worries. I was just wondering if anybody knew if maybe there's a way to. I moved this edge loop to match this one, just kind of manually, and I was just wondering if anyone knew if there's a way to make like one edge loop align to another. I feel like that might already exist, but alas, I do not know. That would be a handy thing though, so I assume somebody's probably thought of that already. No worries though. So yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm looking, this one's very small and it doesn't articulate very well. So I do think I'm gonna make it bigger like I did with my blockout and like it does have over here. I might sort of try to mesh those two ideas and kind of meet in the middle though, so that it's not too obnoxious looking. We'll see how that goes right now. Loop tools, I think I have that add-on. I'm curious. I don't know how to use it though, other than just normal operation. Is it a free one that comes with it, or is it like a paid add-on? If it's paid, I probably don't have it. I would have remembered buying it. I don't see it in here, so I probably don't have it. I might look into that. That could be handy. Yeah, that sounds about right. Something like that. That would probably do it. If it's a whole add-on for that kind of thing. And yeah, I kind of like the idea of it being nestled into the shape. Maybe just above the extrusion. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the way to go. I think that's a decent size too. Maybe I could like if it would look cool to have it angled in at the same angle, I could do something like that. Oops. It's curving though, so there might not be a good approximation that would look very good. Maybe just like that. I don't know, I kind of might like the vertical one better actually. Yeah, I kind of do. So I'll just leave them like that then. And then if this is the widest part, let's shrink that so that it's flush. Okay. Oh. I did that by the cursor. Oops. it's even, so that should work now. Okay. Yeah, it's not mirroring. I don't know why. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. That's okay. I'll just symmetrize it afterwards. And then I feel like it should not be the same all the way through like this. Like maybe it should shrink. Like maybe an edge here, like this, and then to fit the mesh here. Oh, not that. That's odd. Okay. So let me see here. something like that. And then let's take that and symmetrize. Not that way. That way, okay. Apply that texture. And then I can even okay, that'll give it somewhere for the ankle to actually insert into. And then for this part, going back to here, definitely needs a subdivision. And grab that. I think other than that it's okay, so let me make sure it has some edge guides where it needs it. Like here. And probably here too. Let me add a loop tools is free, maybe not built in though. Darthylene says. Oh, interesting. Might check that out. Whatchamacallit? Oh, I see. I should average these verts a little bit. So it's not quite such a stretch thing going on. Yeah, have you guys used Blender 4? Any Blender users? I don't know how I feel about this thing where you have to search for the modifiers now. I'm not a fan of that. I kind of liked having them all displayed out here in a menu. I don't know why they changed it to this, just to be more like nodes or something. Yeah, not a fan of that. Having a type. I don't know why they did that one. That's interesting. Why is this not good enough for the Blender gods? Yeah, it still looks kind of odd. Yeah, what the hell? What's that about? Strange. Oh, I know why. Needs one here. It's still kind of weird. Let me see. This one. That should be good. It's still kind of a weird edge. Nope. Should just be all the way down. It doesn't seem to help. Okay, let me do this instead. I'll dissolve that one. And dissolve that one. And I'll just bevel this one. Maybe that'll do it. Is that what you want? That's much worse. But it could be better. Yeah, that looks promising. Let me just get rid of that texture there. No, it's still doing it. That's weird. I've not encountered this before. Where it's just curving an edge, even though I have a loop there. Sometimes it does weird things. If I mark them all sharp. No. Nope. Maybe it's just the angle, it just can't deal with it. I don't know. I'll just add another loop on top. Maybe. Oh yeah, that does it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I probably should have known that from the beginning. Okay, good enough. Let's make this a crease. Maybe from here to here. Okay. Add an extra loop there as well. What happened to that? Why did I do that? Oh, now it's mirroring. No, I don't want it to. Why is that weird? I'll just bevel it. That messed it up though. What the? Do it here. What? Oh, it's mirrored again. That's fun. I undid turning off the mirror. That looks even now. cool. The only thing is, yeah, I don't really want a crease on that, do I? Or maybe I do. Looks kind of cool. It's definitely just round in the reference though. Does that go with that? It matches the point, and then I'm gonna do cut-ins, so yeah, I guess that's cool. Could leave the edge there. And then, oh yeah, I want to do cut-ins as well and follow that groove. But first of all, no, yeah, I guess I can do that, because this is pretty much all it is, really. So what kind of topology do I get when I apply this wonderful modifier? Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll do and maybe cut it back like this as well. Do I want to cut into the edge? Probably not, actually. Oops. Oops. What did I grab? That did that. It's those little ones. Do I have that on this side? Oh, I could have just symmetrized it. I don't know why I undid it. I should have kept it. Oh well. Try again. I don't know if I like the cut back like that. Maybe we'll just do the front cut. Felt like it was a bit much. I kind of miss it now. Because one cool thing I could do is I could continue it on the cylinder, and that might be kind of interesting. Alternatively, I could have it follow the spine. Since there is a spine now. Pick shortest path will be the death of me. Okay, let's see here. Work that time. Maybe both. If it was just that. Whoa. Where's that coming from now? What the heck? Didn't get that the first time. It's always something. Is that just from the bottom one? Okay, so far so good. Ah, okay, so if I'm gonna do that, let me get rid of that center section. That'll be good. There we go. Okay. Wait, did that wrong. Yeah, with that top one, I do feel like the sides are too much. 8 times the charm, that's cool. This is why we should do concept art first. Make all these decisions before the 3D modeling. But I didn't do that. Is that gonna work? I like great problems. Maybe they should just go together. Oops. Go together here. Oops. Yeah, that's much cleaner. I like that way better. Okay, cool. Digging it so far. Let's just combine those then. And then we will attach that leg after. Or in fact, oh yeah, I need to, maybe I should, because until I rig it, this is not going to bend correctly if I just try to do it manually. So maybe I should wait till I rig it and just have the foot facing down for now, so that it lines up correctly and everything. Someone says, sorry I can't read your name, it's all Japanese, but they say, what about using Twitch? I thought about Twitch. The reason I like YouTube is because YouTube gives you a little bit of extra reach if you want to make, what would you call it, like on-demand videos as well. So it'll kind of bump your on-demand videos. and your streaming will bump your on-demand videos, and your on-demand videos will help bump your streaming. On Twitch, it's all just up to the Twitch algorithm. At some point, I might try to use Restream and stream on Twitch as well as YouTube. I do have a Twitch set up, I just don't use it. So yeah, I'll think about it at some point. Do you prefer Twitch personally? Let me know. I'm always curious to see which platforms people like the most. I also feel like I just use YouTube more personally, so that's why I almost never use Twitch. There's only maybe 1 or 2 people who I ever actually watch on Twitch, once in a blue moon. So I'm just more familiar with YouTube. It's part of it. Yeah, I think that should be good. Something like that. Is it too wide? Maybe? A little bit? Yeah. Yeah, it probably is. Let me see if I can shrink it without it looking weird. My issue is those cuts get a little too close to each other. And the edges thin out a bit too much, so let me see if I can do a different solution for that. Maybe if I do it like this. It's getting those hard edges though. What if I should have paid attention to that before I started modeling details and things. It's my mistake. Now I'll have to deal with it. What if I just select the very middle? There we go. Almost. Let's try sphere. Yeah, there we go. That's reasonable. And then probably bring back a little roundness around here. Same person says, cool, thanks for the answer. Well, usually the stream developer community is more wider on Twitch. They usually put summary videos on YouTube and invite to go on Twitch. The developer community on Twitch is bigger. Interesting. Might be worth checking out. Yeah, I sort of always plan to do both at some point. Might be time to do that. Maybe get Restream and figure out how to use that. And then I can do both. Yeah, because it certainly couldn't hurt just to reach more people on Twitch. That's for sure. You could funnel both ways, really. See, this area is still giving me trouble. I think. Not that part. Why is it picking? Oh, it's because of this. I didn't notice I was selecting that. Yeah, it's not going to work so well. Maybe if I grab another edge out here. Almost. I think I have to grab this one too. Yeah. There we go, that's looking pretty good. Also maybe pull this down slightly. Something like that. Darth Eileen says, I'm using PureRef now and it's really useful. I like how you can overlay it so it's always on top of other apps. Yeah, it has that too. Yeah, it's really great. It's a great program. And it's amazing that it's free. Just like Blender. It has other functions too, like I think you can make it transparent, or am I remembering that wrong? And you can do some other cool stuff like that. You can lock the canvas so you don't accidentally move stuff around. Different handy stuff. Maybe it should all be black rubber, actually. Yeah, that might be better. Okay. Let's see. I think that's okay. Adds a little something. And then, yeah, so let me duplicate this. What? Oh, that's right, because I shrunk it. It shrunk the opening, of course. Let me fix that first. Oh, you know what though? I should select the inside too. Because it... Well... Yeah, probably. Alright. So... Oh, and it's off center as well. Is that... Yeah, it is off center. That's weird. Just one thing really quickly. Interesting. Okay. Let me just do it in here since I'm going to change the origin anyway. Just want to get that pretty close to the center. So it rotates on that axis of that cylinder. Okay. Okay. Should be good. I'm gonna delete this because I'm gonna use this new origin anyway. Okie dokie. In fact, let me just do it this way. Make sure everything gets nice and centered. Oh, and I need to delete some of that geometry. It's way too much. Okay, so mesh. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think the origin's good. Okay, so mesh. There we go. Did that mess anything up here? Sometimes it does. Looks okay though. Alrighty. Darth Hylian says, do you like 2D, 3D graphics style like Octopath Traveler? I love that style. I think Octopath Traveler has cool things like separately. Like I like the backgrounds as a thing, and I like the character sprites as a thing, but I actually have a pet peeve which Octopath Traveler shows, which irritates pretty heavily, which is that I don't like 2D characters on 3D backgrounds because it makes it feel like a board game, and I don't like that because it takes me out of, I don't feel like they're people anymore. They feel like characters on a board game, on a board. So me personally, that's just not to my taste when they do that. I think that style works if that's what you're going for, if you want it to kind of feel like a board game or a toy or something and it looks cool. But I kind of like it. I think you can do 2D backgrounds with 3D characters really well, and I think you can do obviously 3D characters or 3D backgrounds, but I don't think 2D characters look good on 3D backgrounds. I've always disliked that personally. Yeah, I still think it's cool. It's just, you know, it does have that effect to me, and that's just my own preference. But I do think the sprites in that game look really great, and I think the backgrounds look really great. I just don't like them together. Whoa, crazy lag. What is that? Where's that coming from? It means it's time to save. Let's try that again. Yep, still crazy lag. Why is that happening? That's weird. Look at that. How slow that is. Yeesh. Something's bad about that. What if I just make a regular edge loop? Still very slow. Oh, I wonder if it's something to do with this stupid topology mirror. Or is it just I have too much stuff going on here? Nope, it's still quite slow. I wonder why it's doing that. Concerning. Anyway. There we go, that'll fix it. That looks less weird now. Okay. Darth Hylian says, did you know they use Blender for parts of Across the Spider-Verse? They use the grease pencil. Oh, I could see that, yeah. Blender's great for that kind of thing. Blender's really great for 2D animation as well as 3D animation. A lot of people don't know that. You can use it for 2D animation. It's very effective. It's pretty cool actually. Yeah, Blender is very much an industry program now. People do, you know, professionals do use it. They have for a while, really. It's not like even that new that they do that. It's a good program for sure. Yeah, so I think while I'm here, I am gonna do one thing. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this less heavy because these aren't gonna bend anyway. They're only going to bend at the joints in theory. We'll see how that works when I actually rig it. But so I can get rid of a lot of this extra geometry. That we don't need. Wait, yeah, actually now I'm thinking, how am I going to weight paint that? I'll have to add a few extra edge loops in here, I think. And they're kind of thin. Will that even work? Maybe I should leave some geometry for bending. Just not as much. You know, just in case it needs a little help with that. No, I think it'll work because I have some joints like that in some of my other models, and I think it does work. I've just never had them be so thin before, so that's what I'm worried about. But worst case scenario, I can always go back and edit it later. I'm not too worried about that. Should work out one way or another. See, I'm gonna get rid of all this extra edge loops that we don't need. That was just there because of the process that I used to make these. Looks good. Much better. Okay. And anything else like that I need to get rid of? I think that was probably it. I need all that. I might not need... Getting kind of nitpicky now, but I could probably get rid of some of that, but I don't think it's anything egregious like the other one. Maybe no, it's alright. Okay. And now I think I'm going to I could call it a night, or I could do some UV unwrapping. What do you guys think? You want me to keep streaming for a bit? Last time I did I keep saying UV. Last time I did UV unwrapping, it was not a very popular stream. It was very boring. It's just the nature of the beast. It's not a super entertaining thing. I could just keep talking and stuff though. You guys let me know if you want me to keep going for another like 30 minutes or so, or otherwise I might just call it for now. Because that's the next thing I need to do to get the textures looking correct. And then after that, I'll probably set it aside and rig it later. Mostly just listening because you're drawing. That's cool. Yeah, I'll keep going for a little bit. Let's see. Where am I going to put these cuts? And get into the UV mindset. Okay, I could definitely put a cut in those grooves. Where do I need a cut is a better thought. So this is a big ball, but I should probably think of it as a cylinder because of the way it's flowing. So it'll need a flat cut to unwrap the length, and it'll also probably need some cuts to pull that flap and some other stuff like that. I could put it underneath, but you might actually see underneath because you can walk underneath these guys in the game, right? So the scale of these guys is going to be bigger than X. I think, if I remember correctly. Or am I wrong? Can you walk underneath them? Here, let me look up a screenshot. Darth Hylian asks, have you done any 3D printing? No, but I really want to. I'm really interested in 3D printing. I just haven't, you know, I have so much other stuff I want to do. I haven't bridged into that yet, but I definitely want to do some. Have you done any? I know that a big part of the process is you got to learn to set up your models to be ready for printing. That's the first thing that I would probably jump into learning. And I heard that the printers themselves are a lot more accessible than they used to be. They're a lot easier to use. They used to take a lot of trial and error, and I've heard that now they're more user-friendly. That's about as much as I know. I know there's different kinds like resin versus, what's the other one? Whatever the plastic is, ABS, I don't know what it is. And then resin printers seem like they have higher detail generally, but I don't know if that's always the case. And I know there's a certain amount of post-production kind of work you have to do with smoothing them out and kind of burning off the excess plastic, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm really interested in it. I would really like to make some figures or something. That'd be cool. Print out some sculpts. That'd be neat. Huh, I don't have any screenshots of X actually standing next to one of these dudes. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Tarthalian says, I'm just getting started. It works better than expected. Our resin printer is really nice. Sounds cool. Which resin printer do you have? Is it one that you own personally, or do you use it at a school or something like that? Is it a community one or something? I was looking at one resin printer. I think it was only $200 or $300, and it was it seemed quite good for that price. I forgot what that was called though. Let's see here. It's surprising. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, these things are definitely way taller than X. Yeah, you can I don't know if you can actually walk underneath them in the game. I know you can shoot through them because you have to aim, you have to jump and hit the head. It looks like you could probably dash underneath them, but you can't dash in the first level. I don't know if you could walk underneath them. That's a good question, but it looks like you would definitely be able to, potentially. So they're tall enough, basically. Okay, yeah. So all that to say, maybe I'll have to think of a different place to put the cut. More clever than just underneath. Maybe I'll put it where the legs are. That might make sense. Kind of like right here. Oh, that's interesting. I could put it along this edge. It goes like this. Or I could be real sneaky. Because isn't there a cut that goes across? Oh yeah, I could just put it in here. Okay, so that'll probably work. Oh shoot. Does this still have a modifier? Oh, interesting. Okay, I don't want that, so I made a mistake when I merged all these together. Because I don't really want to add another modifier to this, but the head has it, I think, right? Is that the one that needs it? Yeah, look at that. Oh, I'm glad I caught that before I started messing with it. I don't like that. It actually doesn't look too bad on the feet, but it's going to be so... the mesh is going to be way too heavy. Let me... real quick... Okay. Oops, wait, one more thing. L, and then get these ones too. Little bolt parts. Okay, and then let me apply that there. Looks good. And then I can rejoin these now that these don't have the but they do. What? Oh, I know what I have to do. Hang on. So I have to... Do I have to turn it off or actually get rid of it before I split it? I'm gonna find out. Or did I just apply that to the wrong one? Oh, I applied it to the wrong one, I think. They both have it, yeah. Okay, so get rid of that. And now that one's good. And I can apply this one. I applied that one. That looks good. Okay, now I can join them. There we go. Much better. Darth Eileen says Elago, and it's a home printer. When exporting a model from Blender, probably have to scale it 1,000 times. Oh yeah, because Blender's default scale is like very small. It's not actually life size, I think, or something. It has some kind of problem like that. That makes sense. Okay, so let's pick this. Go here. Actually, oops, go this way. And then route that down this way. I think. Wait, do I need to cut that thing off? Nope. I know what I need to do though. I need to just cut this across. So I'm gonna do that. Let's see. This could create a problem. perhaps. Let's see. Didn't notice that texture got mixed up there. Fix that in a jiffy. And then for this gold part, I guess it's pretty safe to just cut across it. I could try to hide it back where the legs are, but then this strip is going to have a different opening than the other one, which is probably okay, as long as there's an opening. I'll try to be sneaky about it then. Why not? Oh. Jeez, look at this mess. Okay. What is going on? That's not good. That's gonna create problems. Oh my gosh. Can I just, how far did that go? Yeah, so now, get rid of all that. Okay. Now I'll head back this way. Hard to keep track of that. It's 2 edges in. Okay, that's good. And then I guess I'll route it back up this way. If I can find it. There we go. Oh shoot, this is an open piece. Okay, I'm glad I found that. I gotta fix that. I knew there was something like that, because that happened last time. I mirrored it. Maybe that was there from before, actually. That might be the same one. I think it's because those edges don't line up, actually. Could be a problem. Oh, I went too high. I only need to go right here, but now I can't go across because the edges aren't even. Okay, let me mark that seam for now so I don't lose it. Okay, so all that's one big seam. Okay. Now how the heck am I gonna fix that? If it doesn't line up. It seems to line up here, and then it divulges here. That's probably what the issue is. And then does it connect here? No, it's open here too. Until... Wow, that's a problem. Oh, it does close at some point. Oh, right there. That's the problem. Okay, so... let's start closing the ones that line up at least, and then I'll figure out how to deal with the other ones. And that's where they start misaligning. So let me bridge these edge loops. Okay, that did basically what I wanted it to. And now let me slide this down. Let me see how much of these I can... Oh wow. That's quite a difference already. How did that happen? I don't even know how that got misaligned. It was all one piece to start with. Okay. Well, one at a time then. Luckily it's not like super noticeable or anything. Even if I have to mess with these vertices and slide them around a bit, it's not going to be anything that looks awful. Whoa, that good. What? That doesn't make sense. What the heck am I looking at? This edge goes all the way to there? Okay. Okay. What? No, because this should end. Oh, because I slid it down. I see, I see. Alright then. I see your game. Should I just add? Is that gonna look weird? If I just add a loop here, is that gonna change anything? Is that gonna make it look awful? Give me a weird crease. No, that's okay. Okay. Okay, move it along. Yeah, see, that's starting to get a weird kind of thing going, but I can slide them as long as they keep lining up, generally. Starting to get excuse me, a little out of whack. So let me, ooh, what happened? Why'd that get that texture? Okay, let me start sliding these a little bit. Put them in more the right place. What a weird problem to have to fix. Where's the next one? What? Why is it all the way? Huh? Is that right? No, it is. And that goes in like that? Why does it go? Did I miss something? I didn't notice it was. Why isn't it just going across like here? Oh, it's getting deeper. Why is it doing that? Is that because of this edge and then when I filled the face? Probably. Here, let's bring that down. That's the result. Yeah, I see. It's because when I slide it, it has nothing else to reference but the next point. Okay. So, new strategy. We're at about the end here anyway. Let's do this. And then we can just cut across. Assuming this works, which it does. Now I can take that, pull it up. And I think I've just got a little bit more. Oh no, it's a lot more. Cool, but it's starting to line up though. Okay, so 2. So I can start bridging these again, because they're actually lining up again. So it was just a little section that wasn't lining up that was keeping that from filling in when I would symmetrize. It's super annoying, isn't it? I have no idea how that even happened. On the right track still. Yeah, and there's the other culprit. Okay. So let's just bridge those. Bridge that. And then we'll see if anything else. That's so weird. It's probably just an artifact from symmetrizing something that didn't line up properly. So I can actually just delete these edges now. I'll fix that, I think. Mostly. Oh, it's missing a loop. Oh, I see what happened, yeah. Interesting. The damage stupid little loop can do. Let's just push that down. And then, I mean, you're gonna wind up with a triangle here, no matter what, right? I'll just hide it, and then that should be okay. I should be able to correct that with a loop though then. Where does that loop pick up again? Oh, at that last point, I know. There was another point that had that same thing going on. That was way back here though. I don't think Control J is gonna connect it correctly. Yeah, all the way here. No, that's not gonna work. Well, at least it's closed now. And it's not very noticeable, so it's not like anyone's gonna see that. Anyway, back to what I was doing. I can now bridge across here. And get to this loop here. And use that as another seam. I forgot how to mirror. Oh yeah, select mirror. Oh, but there isn't one. You're right, because it's fucked up. Okay, so I gotta symmetrize anyway. There we go. Wait, it's across. Wait. Did I screw that up? What's going on here? Why does it go across here? Did I do that on accident? Yeah, I don't need this. This doesn't need to be here. Why is it doing that? I hate that so much. That's stupid. Pick shortest path. Does not do what you want it to. Oh my god. I know technically that's a shorter path and that's why it's doing it. It's still obnoxious. It should know that's not what I want. I know it shouldn't really know that. I'm just complaining. Let's see here. Most of the time it works pretty well. Okay. So I will dissolve these extra seams that we don't need. How did this get selected again? What the fuck? When did I do that? It's weird. Alright, anyway. I must have hit the wrong key and accidentally picked the whole loop at some point. There we go. And clear seam. Okay, so now that's correct. Goes there. So that's going to be a weird UV. I should actually pull that open. Oops, not horizontal. Darth Alien says Blender has a big learning curve, but it's worth it to learn. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love Blender as much as I'm complaining. Blender's amazing. Other 3D programs were much less intuitive, at least as far as to my taste. Hey, what's up, Dramalok? Oh, I see. Today I tried Blender and it's hard. And it was low poly. Now I can appreciate more the hard work you do for everyone of the robots. Thanks, Dramalok. Yeah, it's definitely, like Darth Hylian was saying, there's a learning curve, but it's definitely worth learning. That's for sure. It's a great program. And it's only getting better all the time because of the open source nature of it. People just keep making stuff for it and making it cooler and cooler. So I think I don't necessarily, well, I guess I do. I was gonna say, I feel like it'll probably replace all the other programs if it keeps going and it keeps getting better and better. But then again, there's some specialty programs that would be pretty hard to beat. I think, like Marvelous Designer and stuff like that. Substance Painter. But, you know, Blender will give them a run for their money, that's for sure. Oh yeah, so I was going to open up this so I can look at my UVs and see what that's doing. And let me save this. And let me go to, where do you go for live unwrap? I always forget how to do that. Oh. Music stopped. There we go. Let's see. I know it's sync And whoa, oh no, what's that? Oh, I gotta fix that. Looks like a horrible mistake. Look how far that goes. I've never even seen that in a map before. That's crazy. What is that? Is that real? Is it a nightmare? I hope it's a nightmare. Is it that? Is that what's selected? What is that? What are we looking at? What? What? What is this? That can't be all that is it? That's causing all that chaos? Okay, sure. Let's see if we can do something about that. Doesn't look that bad in terms of geometry. They're quads. Maybe I'll just keep on wrapping and I won't worry about that just yet. That's weird. That's reading it as this. Yeah, it's only a few sections too, you can see it. What the hell is that? So strange. There's one other thing you have to do to live unwrap, isn't there? Or is that it? Did I do it all? I can't remember. So many obstacles for you today. Yeah, it's because I was not being careful when I made this mesh. I should have been way cleaner about it. It's my own fault. But all things considered, it's not too bad. You know, it could be a lot worse. I think it's fine. Yeah, that's such a weird thing. I've never seen that before. I'm glad I'm recording so other people can see that and they believe me. Look how weird that is. That's that. And it's probably both of these. It's reading them as like together or something, I bet. That's odd. Anyway, I think if I keep on wrapping, it'll solve that problem on its own. There's one other thing though, isn't there, for live unwrapping? I think it's one of these things, isn't it? That I have to click, fool around with. It's probably in edit mode, it's probably contextual. What am I looking for? Maybe I'm imagining things. Well, let's see if it works, just for the hell of it real quick. Let me just try to add a crease and see if it unwraps. I don't think it's doing it yet. Or add a seam rather, not a crease. No, it's not unwrapping yet. So yeah, there is something else I need. Shoot, should I look that up real quick? I guess I have to. Tool. Oh, right there, live unwrap. There we go. I knew there was something. There we go. Now we're cooking. Let's just do that to get it started. Just mark a seam already marked. Okay. So now we have this. Let's actually take a larger look at that. Okay, so this is starting to work pretty well. This is the light, I'm guessing, on his forehead. Yeah. So I know I cut there, and that this will probably need its own cut. Okay. And so that's what that hole is. What are these pieces that are keeping it together? Is it just this? And something over here. This? Is that it? Is that it? Is that the only two pieces? Where are those? This is like the most annoying puzzle, but I'm starting to be honest, I'm starting to like UV unwrapping a little bit. I sound like a crazy person saying that, but it's kind of fun, a little bit, just a tiny bit. Once you start to get a sense for what you're looking for. Now I need this side bigger. I can't find this piece that it's right there. Ah. That little tiny edge didn't get selected as a seam, and that's what's keeping this from. That's so funny. There we go. Oh, that's quite laggy. There we go, much better. Look how much better that is just from that tiny little seam. We went from this, this nightmare, to this. You can actually kind of tell what this is now. It's actually reasonable. That's crazy. That tiny little bit was keeping that from happening. Yeah, I thought I did an okay job with that. I was like, it shouldn't look that bad. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Might not need to do much else to that. Up here, maybe. Oh yeah, I need to see the stretch too. Here, let me. Where is that? I forgot how to do that too. Display stretch. There we go. So are we getting much stretching here? Surprisingly not much stretching. It's not too bad. A little bit there. Here it looks bad, but that's probably, I could just add an edge there and it'll probably fix it. Tarthylene says, I'm not sure, I don't use much UVs, but I just do Smart UV Project. Yeah, I used to do that. When I just used Blender for concept art, I never bothered with UVs. I would always just Smart UV or Cube Projection or something. That usually did the trick. But if you want to actually, like, you know, your textures to work and stuff, you know, later on that's something you're gonna learn for like game ready stuff. But then again, maybe not. I mean, in the future we probably won't need that anymore. I've always wondered why that's still necessary. It seems like if you can save where objects exist in 3D space, why can't you save where the textures exist on those objects in 3D space just as they are? Why do you still need to unwrap UVs? It seems like a holdover from like old technology to me that they'll get rid of sooner or later. Because Substance Painter already sort of solves that problem a little. You still need UVs, but I mean, you can paint directly on for the textures and then it applies it to the UVs. So why not just get rid of the UVs and then just apply it in 3D? Is that just like more memory intensive? I'm sure there's a reason that I'm not aware of that's very technical, but I don't know. It seems like something they'll get rid of eventually. Someday no one will have to do this anymore. What edge am I at? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Jeez. Oh, okay, so that's inside the mesh that it's stretching anyway, so I don't really care about that, that's fine. And then these are the leg parts or the feet? Yeah, these are the leg parts, okay. So that's an easy unwrap. Let's just do... I have to pick a corner, huh? Let's see here. I guess the corner you would notice the least, not that it matters that much, probably be this one. If you were gonna pick one, and you would want it to be right on the edge, probably. Okay. That seems reasonable. Let's pick that over here. And the next thing is we can go under here. That might not be the best way to do that. Let me just see through. And then cut the top off of this. Oh, it's already open. And it's not actually closed. That's probably okay since it's inside the other geometry anyway. So can I just mark that scene? I'll probably still need more stuff to do, or to do more stuff. Okay, it's a good start. Is that both? Yeah, that's both. So that might be all that is needed for that. What if I just select one of these? Where am I at here with this? Okay, I see what it's doing. And I guess it's not closed at the top either, so that's fine. It's an easy unwrap if I've ever seen one. Not too much stretching anywhere. It seems good, okay. And then these feet, which we'll have to do a little bit of work on because of the cylinder. So let's do that. Actually, I could probably optimize that a little more by doing this one. And then let's do right here. Let's get rid of this. I think right here. And then that should be good. That'll open that way. Now, does it need... Let me think about that. Because you've got some overlapping parts. Let's start with that. Okay. Oh, I didn't do the other side yet. But I think once I do, it'll be okay. What's that? Oh, that's where the cut is. I don't care about that. Okay. So yeah, let me get this. Ah, shoot. See what happens. Where was that cut? It's right on that for that inner edge. So let's get rid of this. Oops. Wow, it's super laggy. I need a new computer. Save. Clear that too. Oof. Okay, and then we'll get this and go across here. So mark that seam. Alrighty. Looking decent. Getting a little stretching there. Yeah, so that's probably where could use like another cut or something, but probably doesn't really need it that bad. It's probably fine. It's not like stretched that much or anything. For the heck of it, let's just cut from like there to there. See, I don't like when it does that in this selector. Nothing works the way it's supposed to. And that's here too. So maybe just continue there. Oh, that's where that is? Yeah. That's not like the best place for the cut, but... Well, if that's where it is, I could put it here instead. Just one of those. Will that alleviate some of that stretching? Probably not. Probably doesn't matter anyway. Oh, actually, you know what probably work better is a vertical cut. We'll see how it looks. Yeah, it sort of solved the problem, and it continued it. It just moved it down. So I don't want to cut this whole thing out, so I think I'd rather just put up with the stretching. It's not too bad. And it's basically, this is the effect it's gonna have. And this is a seam. And you're gonna, like, you know, this is a foot. You know, you're gonna look at that, like, tiny little thing down there. That's fine, I don't care about that. Alright, anyway. So moving on to the rest of the foot. Oh, first I have to, let's see. So, pick this seam, and then select similar. Oh, select similar seam, and then let's mirror that selection. Put it on the other side. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, I'll just do one foot and then I'll symmetrize the whole thing. That's fine. No worries. So anyway, that's fine. This area is this box, I think. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. What's this particular face? Those are the outside parts, and they're not stretched really. It's just those inside parts, so I don't care about that. And then, so for the foot, I'm guessing we will just cut not quite like that. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, all that. Oh, actually, yeah, let's keep going to like there. Same thing over here. Something like that. And then that'll cut open and flatten out. And then one of these should be cut in the groove, on one side rather. And that'll pretty much be all that needs to be done, I think. So let's just start that up. Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare to try to find the right one. Let's put that outside a little bit. Yeah, that one's easier to find. Okay. And we'll just follow that all the way to the toe. And mark that seam, and that should be good. Let me save it first because I'm keep worrying now that it's gonna crash. And like to save anything. Okay, just in case. Now mark. Okie dokie. That's basically what I thought it was gonna look like. This is a little... Is that corner? Yeah, okay, so... Probably just... Might be a good idea to just cut down the corner too. And... yeah, on both sides. See, I hate it when it does that. I don't know why. Oh no, is that because that's connected or something? Yes, it gets weird when you try to select in the map sometimes. Okay, that looks good. Okay, let's mark scene. Better. Still a little stretch. That always amazes me, even after that. Okay, good enough. Now let's symmetrize that, and I think we're done, actually. That's our map. What is that? Oh, I know what that is, I bet. It's the eye thing, right? Oh, it's the little screws. I guess I could... I don't really need to UV those. I can. I guess. It's not really necessary. They're open, cut. Why does it look so weird? Oh, that's something else too. That's the screw. This is... what is this? Is this the inner eye thing? Yeah, that's that. Okay, I don't care about that either. Why is it split in half, though? Or is it just folded over? That's fine. Oh, Darth Hylian says, alright, I'm heading out. Gonna game a tiny bit before bed. Keep up the good work. See ya. Thanks, Darth Hylian. Have a good gaming sesh. I'm gonna probably do the same thing soon. I'm just about done with this. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm not worried about that. So this UV is going to be easy to fit into this box here. And that's everything? That's everything. Cool. Okay, so save that. And we're gonna... What am I looking at here? Pack Islands. Yeah, that looks good. Good enough. I don't know. Let me see. Is this gonna help? No, it's already. I mean, you could move that. Stupid stuff that doesn't matter. Anywhere. And then you could... Wait, is this outside the box? Is this folded over? What happened to this? It looks like half of it. Hang on a second. Oh no, that's all of it. Is that folded over? Huh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, that's folded over. Why is it folding over? I shouldn't be doing that. It's cut along What the heck? Is that because it needs a cut lengthwise? That's weird, I didn't even notice. It wasn't always folded over. No, it was symmetrical and flat before. At some point. What happened? Is that because I symmetrized or something? Yeah, look at, see there, it's symmetrical and flat. And then here, that's right after I symmetrized. Well, I don't want that. Maybe, can I just symmetrize this? Okay, that works, but now that those are on top of each other. Is there a mechanism where I can just grab one of these and move it manually? Oh yeah, you can. There you go. That's better. Jeez, that was terrifying. I was like, what the hell? So is that... How far back did I go? Is everything done? It looks done. Oh, the cylinder as well. Here, let me do that. Cylinder. Okay. I'll have to grab that too. Okay. No overlapping. Okay. Well, that was super weird. Now let's try to do this again. There we go. That looks more like it. Okay, minor crisis averted. Don't want those overlapping, that's for sure. Everything looks good. My only question is where those little pieces... Okay, those are all over here. And we've got some wonderful glitched vertices. That's always fun. Let's figure out what those are connected to. Huh? I don't know. Weird. Those might just be floating. I don't know. Well, they're not in my way, so I don't really care. Screws are there. Face, the eyeball thing is there. Okay. Looks good. So we got some UVs done. And probably time to call it a night. So let's see here. Yeah, okay. I can see the texture's not just being mirrored now, so that's good. Same thing here. Okay. Yeah, looking pretty solid, all things considered. I don't see any stretching. Nothing noteworthy anyway. Even in those spots that had some stretching, it's fine. Cool. Everything looks pretty good. I'll rig that eventually. I figure I might just model a bunch of these and then I'll rig them all at once. So I'll get really familiar with rigging, because I keep rigging very sporadically. Like I'll rig one and then I won't rig for a while and I'll kind of forget what to do. So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna keep modeling for now and then do all the rigging all at once. Okie doke. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. It was fun. Hope I didn't bore you too much with the UV part. Tomorrow I'll be streaming again around the same time, maybe a little earlier. And I'll probably stream all through the week. I was thinking I might take some days off because of Thanksgiving, but I think the way that my plans are for that, I don't think it'll actually get in the way. So I could probably still stream all 4 days this week. And yeah, so feel free to join the Discord rather, if you want to, check out the community and talk with other people who are, working on stuff, either art or game dev stuff, whatever. And if you want announcements for the stream, that helps as well. And otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Good night, y'all. Goodbye.